Hello everyone. Today we will learn how to create actions for your AI agents. AI is a platform gives you opportunity to create interactive AI agents for your use cases. So, how to create an action for your agent? Go to your assistants list and click AI actions button. You will see a ready test action which is created when you add agent with a template. For example, this is a lead form action. To create an action, click to create button and click to action which you need. Let's see which actions we can add. Custom API action, custom button, custom form, and human call. What are actions? Actions are specific, let's say, custom things for your agents. For example, custom API action allows your agent to connect to any API, for example, to your platform's API, to N8N maybe, to Rapid API, and get real-time data when you need it. For example, maybe you have an e-commerce website and a user comes, asks your agent about a product. Let's say I come to your website and ask the agent, do you have iPhone 17 models in sale? And if you have a custom API connected to your agent will send requests to the API, get the details from your API if you have an iPhone 17 model, and return back answer to the user. If you have the iPhone 17 model, it will show that model to user and say that yes, we will have this model. If it doesn't have, then it will say that we don't have this model. Or another example, let's say you are a fintech company and your user comes and asks your agent how much money they have to pay, for example, credits. Then your AI agent may ask the customer number, and according to the customer number, it can send API to your platform, API request, and in your platform, you can return a response back to the agent. For example, the customer has $1,000 balance credit to pay, for example, and it will show your customers that, dear customer, you have $1,000 credits to pay. It can be used for many cases, for shipment information, for payment information, for order information, for updating subscription, for example, for updating payments, orders, creating invoices. It depends on your business. So this is very powerful action. The second action is custom button. This is very easy action. For example, a user may come and ask agent, for example, I want to know your prices. And you can teach and connect custom button action. And in this case, agent will show a button and tell user that please click the given button and see our prices. This is just an example. Custom form. This is very useful if you want to create a sales agent. For example, you can create a sales agent and connect a custom form. Example, a user can come and ask about your services. For example, what services do you have? An agent may say that we have IT development services, for example. And then user may tell that I want to create a website for my business. And you can teach the agent to show the custom form to collect the contact data from the customer. And when customer says, I want a website for development, an agent will show that form and tell user to fill the form so that you can contact the customer later. This is one of the use cases. Also, when you create a custom form, you can give and show your customer a call to action. For example, you earned this coupon code, 20% discount, or click to the URL and give us a feedback. And Human call action. When do you need it? A user can come and ask an AI agent that they want to speak a human. In this case, a agent will send you a request that user wants to speak to you. This is the number of chat. Please connect to the chat and answer the user. Then you go to business chat section, join the chat and answer and speak to your customer. I will show you what each of these actions require. Custom API action. Create to action and say. You will need to add action name, then when to use. When to use is just a prompt. For example, you say use this action, for example, when user wants to search for a product. Product. Then request method to which API endpoint it will send the request, and the method, let's say get method to https://google.com. Then if you have an authorization, it will be better that you have it. You can add authorization with API keys and your API keys will be encrypted. Then headers, if you have any headers to get, then add them here. And by default, we send all these headers so that we can see if you have that user in your platform or not. This is only for security reasons. Then query parameters, if URL has any query parameters, and body parameters, which is used with post and patch methods. And you add their body parameters and save. If you want, before saving, you can click test before saving to see if we get any response or not from the API. That's all. Let's see other actions. Create action and button. In button actions, again, you will have action name, when to use this button, button label, for example, let's say contact us, button URL, let's say https://ainisa.com, and button color, secondary info, danger, you can select any of them, and then save button. For example, if you want the user to know the contact URL where to contact you, you can tell AI to show this button so that user can click and go to the contact section or to pricing section. Or if you have a feedback section, you can tell AI to show this button to collect feedback from your customers. Let's move to the next. Custom form action. For example, let's say you want to collect contact details from your customers. You add here, use this action to collect contact details from our customers. Then you need to enable or disable the fields of the form. For example, first name, last name, its placeholder, label, message, for example, and has call to action or not. For example, after user fills in and clicks save, you can show a call to action to the user. For example, a link for, let's say, for downloading an ebook. Or you can show a text, for example, a coupon code. You can, as a label, write get coupon code, and in text field, you can write this is your coupon code and your promo code. And a webhook, if you want to receive details about the customer after they fill in the form. You can set webhook to your endpoint and get those data. This was the form. And let's see human call action. For human call action, create action, action name, when do you need this action to be called by agent, auto message, for example, if you are not an online Agent will tell that I notified our team members to join chat and answer you. You can change this message also, and you can set if you want to be notified by email or not. Usually it is enabled, and when agent calls you, a human request call will be created in our platform, and it has some period to be expired. Usually it is expired after 10 minutes, but you can change it to your needs and set it, for example, 300 minutes or 500 minutes. It's up to you. If you don't join and answer the user, for example, after 10 minutes, the human call request will be expired. So these are actions which we can add to our agent in ainisa.com. Time by time, the number of these actions will be added, and you will be able to create more interactive, much better AI agents.